What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 61 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Today is Sunday, January 13th, 2019. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-hosts Adam Tuttle and Melissa Pescator. Guys, how are you? How was your week? What's going on?
Oh my god,
Hello,
my week has been
friend.
absolutely
like?
fantastic. I can't believe you asked. I mean, catching 100% left and right.
Oh, dude.
Catching
Ew,
catching
God,
shinies
really?
left and... No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not fucking kidding.
I mean,
and, all right, wait, I'm
Really,
going to give a
bro?
disclaimer. Okay, I'm drinking tonight, okay? I don't drink.
This guy never drinks.
So, I'm just saying, if we go off the rails, I'm sorry. I'm steering the ship with one eye.
Army mateys.
Yar, shiver me timbers. Oh, man. Housekeeping. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/gottawatchemall, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people.
It sure is.
And I want to give a huge shout out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany, Jay, Jessica, Keith, Matt, M. Pitts, Terry, David, Chris, Sydney, and Bacon L. Thank y'all so
Gosh,
much.
that's a big long list.
Yo, it's awesome.
I want
awesome.
this list to get so outrageous that we can't even like say everyone's name.
We'll need to be like the
We're just
Micro
gonna be like,
Machines guy.
We're gonna make a poker rap out of everyone's names.
Oh, that'd be
But-
awesome.
And Lisa.
Oh my God. Only you can do it, Adam.
Mom spaghetti. Oh, man. On today's show, Totodile Community Day. That was a thing yesterday.
It happened.
Yes.
It already happened. I saw Totodile today.
Phoebus limited research is coming to the game. This is going to be a new mechanic that we'll probably start seeing as a recurring event. I want to dig deep into some PvP with taking a look at fire attackers in the Ultra League and overall in, pretty much any league, but more specifically the Ultra League. It's pretty cool who's at the top of this list, so we'll break into that. And I also want to dig into this conversation. We've kind of been having this conversation on Twitter over the past week or so of what we think about the Gen 4 rollout, how Gen 4 has kind of been delivered to us with the release of new Pokemon. Are we into it? Do we like it? Will we do it different? I want to dig into that. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with a little bit of a Silph Arena battle party, where we're going to be building out a battle party for the Boulder Cup, which is the January-themed global cup from the Silph Arena. And we'll dig into who we would bring in competition. But all right, Totodile Community Day. Man, freaking Saturday community days are just the worst for me. I work every Saturday. I cannot leave work. So I was stuck at work the entire duration of Community Day. I was able to catch 40 Totodile by hand, all catches I caught by hand, not a single shiny.
I have no words. That's literally unfair.
It sucks. I need a Sunday event.
You.
Like
telling
my
you,
nephew's account, he logged in and caught probably like 20, and within like the first 5, he caught a shiny.
Oh, yeah. There was someone I saw on Twitter, I forget who it was, that they caught triple back-to-back-to-back. Like, they posted their journal, and it was all within the same minute or 2 minutes. It was like, what the... Like, literally back-to-back-to-back shinies. But I
caught
unsuccessful.
2 in a row twice.
Wow.
I caught 2 in a row.
Wow. Fuck. But, Adam, I think... Well, Melissa, how did you play? Because I know that you got some shinies.
I took it easy, my casual ass, I started late, and I got in the car, and I drove to a safe location, and
Yo, it's cold. It's been cold.
I freaking drove around the local neighborhood because I don't really know it that well, so I went really, really slow because I didn't want to get like too lost, and I used the Pokemon GPS as kind of like my roadmap to keep me around my neighborhood. But I had like a fair amount of spawns. I saw a lot of shit. I couldn't catch too much because my Pokebox was full. My box was full.
See, it's like if you don't prep before
That's the night
event,
before,
like,
Melissa. You have to be ready for that.
So I really only had like 30 spots open at a clip. So I would have to catch some and then delete some. But I mean, it was good because I was checking them as I was going, and I was able to nail my 3 shiny. So I was able to do the evolution. They were all fucking caca IV.
Yeah.
But
No, they were kakanas.
But Adam, I obviously your day was a little bit different.
Of course,
we
Adam's
kind of had the
day.
stair step. Like my shitty day. Melissa had a good day, and
I had the best day?
Yeah.
It was the best day ever. All right. So I started my day and I wasn't sure where I wanted to start, but after reading through my chat and pretty much anywhere else aside from our local like outdoor like plaza Lowe's parking lot is the best, is what we call it, is literally the highest spawn point. Even the Boston Commons has a lower spawn point than the Lowe's like parking lot. So
Lowe's is popping off.
No, seriously. So I start and I'm racing because I had to get gas, and then I saw a Finian on the map, and I was like, no. We stopped to get a raid right at an EX raid location, and I was like, okay, cool, we've got 10 minutes, we've got this, it's going to take about 5. Then we see Finian. I'm like, I don't have a Finian, you don't have a Finian, so everybody's going to get mad at me because I'm saying it Finian. It's probably Finin or something, I don't know how to say
Finian?
it. Just whatever. I
It's
drove
Finian.
there, and there's like a swarm of cars because everybody's fucking out for community day. So everybody's like traffic jam in this little one way, and I'm just like, get the out of the way. I park in like in between 2 handicap spots because I have a little tiny car, and I just get out, and I'm like, I can't see because nobody could see it. I was like, I got out. I walk basically to the riverbed, and then it's across the street, and I'm like, yes, I got it. Jump back in the car. 2 minutes to get to the Lowe's parking, which is, relatively about 3 minutes drive, but still made it like right to the parking lot with like a couple seconds left. You get the error message that shit's changing.
Right.
Popping off. My girlfriend, she hits like 3 or 4, and then she gets a shiny straight off, and then she gets a second one, and I'm like, man, this is how it always is. She starts out fast, and I get nothing. And so we're keeping going, or just keep going. And I learned my lesson because my chat is very active during community day. Everybody's sharing their shinies. Like, I got one. But they also share the fact that there's 100%. And I've made the mistake every single community day to not look at the chats. And so this time I was very active in going back and forth, and somebody called out 100%.
Wow.
And it was like 800 and something CP. I was like, shit, where the is this? Like, so I'm like, you said you're in the Lowe's parking lot, because there's the Lowe's parking lot, and then you go across the street basically, and then there's like Kohl's, and just it's a huge plaza, and there's just like, okay, you say Lowe's, there's literally hundreds of parking spots.
Right.
You're in front of Lowe's, I'm in front of Lowe's, I don't see it.
Yeah.
And so they're basically right at the entrance, and so I'm like, I find their car because I know who they are. I sit down. I'm like, golden Raz, curveball, ultra ball, hit it, 100% in. I was like,
That's
yes,
so awesome.
100%. So I'm like double fisting my horn, like. It was such a good feeling, and my girlfriend caught it. So already I'm like, that's her first 100% Pokemon. So it was just awesome, and so it's like, and a bunch of us got it. So it was fantastic. It was such a good feeling. Like, that's what I wanted. I would rather have 100% with the Hydro Cannon versus, 100 Totodiles that were shiny. But speaking of the shiny Totodiles, I was able to catch 19.
God. Well, look.
19.
See,
That's-
I'm happy though, because when you finally do gotta come down to Jersey, at least you could trade me.
Yeah.
Right. We have to be, 2 days. I mean, it's only going to cost us 1,600 Stardust to trade anyways.
Right.
Oh, no, it's not. It's going to cost more because you don't have them.
Because I don't have it. 16,000?
You suck.
20,000?
You don't
16,000,
really.
I think. Something.
Well, whatever it is. I have both that and Cyndaquil waiting for you.
Yes, I need those. Oh my god, that's awesome though, man. 19 is insane. 19 is
I had a
absolutely
blast.
insane.
I hatched so many eggs, and all of them were trash. And I actually, for the first 15, 20 minutes, I forgot that I left everything unincubated to make sure I incubate. But because Totodile spawned, and I'm like,
Yes.
jumping and clicking one
Yeah.
after the other. And then where they all spawned, I literally had 20 to check. I was like, this is impossible.
Yeah,
There were
I've
so
seen a
many
lot
spawns.
of images online of like really ridiculous clusters of 6, 7, 8 at a time. But let's talk about the event itself. So the bonus of the event was quarter incubator distance. So you had to start the incubator after Community Day started. So if it started at 2:00, you had to start it literally 2:00 in 1 second. Boom, you could throw your incubators on. You would get that quarter distance on them. So again, I'm trapped at work, so I could not take advantage of this in any way. People were, had saved up 9, 10K eggs, so that way, as soon as Community Day hit, they could throw them in a super incubator and get that quarter distance off the super incubator, and, we're able to turn those eggs over really quick. You had your 3-hour lures like usual. Hydro Cannon was the exclusive move for Alligator. We talked about it last week, how Hydro Cannon, and just like pretty much any of the Community Day moves, are exceptionally relevant in the PvP meta. Hydro Cannon is no different. The Waterfall Hydro Cannon for Alligator is going to be number 2 attacker, water attacker, just under Kyogre in PvP. We talked about that last week. So it's a very, very relevant Pokemon. And do you know how many you caught overall?
No idea.
Or at least checked? But
no.
You probably have like a shit ton of candy, right?
Yes. I know I spent... Because I had a Lucky Crocnaw, I had a Crocnaw that was like 90%. I was like, I'm just going to evolve them because I know they're good and I don't want to spend time IV checking everything.
Yeah, and the other thing too is on these Community Days, if you have the candy to burn, where you don't need it to power up, you don't need it to do really any other evolutions, but you just have it. If as far as trading Pokemon is concerned, if you have an extra Pokemon with an exclusive legacy, Community Day move in your inventory, that people are gonna want that. Like you could, that has a high trade value. That street value, that shit's real high. That shit's real good.
Oh well, we know Niantic's just gonna give us all these Community Day Pokemon for Christmas anyway, so we'll just hold on to them.
Yeah.
But I am absolutely due for a Sunday Community Day. Like they need to fucking just give me a Sunday, please. Give me a Sunday, someone.
No, Ken, they thought of you and they said, why not try and go spin some stops for Phoebus on a Saturday?
Yeah.
On a Saturday
during the same time.
So why don't you here explain to us the bizarre Phoebus event that they announced?
Okay, so they announced this Phoebus limited research. Okay, and it's next Saturday, right after Community Day, same Community Day hours on January 19th. It's going to be research tasks revolving around, I'm sure they're going to be quick, catch 3 of this or do this, make a curveball, do whatever. And they're going to give you a Phoebus. The encounter can be shiny. All encounters will be at level 15. 100% is 117 CP. So hopefully I can get 100%.
I need a shiny.
Shiny Phoebus.
The shiny Phoebus is actually really cool. Really cool. It's like a purple. And Melodic is beautiful to begin with, and the shiny is definitely awesome too. It just changes the palette a little bit.
And the question is, the big kicker is just like when they did the Community Day Squirtle, where that Squirtle from that stop would be shiny. Is it going to be shiny for everybody?
Right.
And then with that, if we could be calling it out through our community, through Discord, Messenger, whatever, we're gonna have some serious amount of shinies.
Well, the way I think this has the makings of a recurring event. Like this is probably a way that they can do something out of nothing, where they could just release a shiny or release something exclusive, and really all they're doing is getting us to spin stops, which is fantastic. So the stops are the lifeblood of activity in this game. The more stops that people spin, the more materials they're going to have in the game that are consumable, that are going to allow them to continue playing the game. So it's definitely smart from that perspective. But I don't know if I want them to have that consistent shiny thing like they did with Squirtle, because as cool as that was, where you guarantee a shiny for yourself, it did take away from that, I don't know, the allure, the mystique of like the surprise, because that's the best, man. When you get surprised by a shiny, like that's
but I know, but listen, like I've done, can't even tell you how many fucking EVs evolve a Pokemon, and then all of a sudden they throw in Sunkern, but still I get Eevee, and I have not seen a shiny from those. And I've banked them. Like, I've, got 3 in a row, evolved Pokemon. Boom, boom, boom. All trash.
Right.
Do another 3? Trash. Another 3? Trash.
I don't know. I think this is a cool delivery method for content in the game. I think this is something we could see rotate month in and month out, kind of like they were doing the raid days or something like that, because it's just a cool way to feature a Pokemon. So if they ever want to do anything that's going to be themed, Valentine's Day, Love Disc, you know what I mean? Like they can kind of do this as something more than just saying, hey, out in the wild, we're going to release this Pokemon. They make it a little bit more engaging, so it's definitely positive there. But I don't understand the connection to Phoebus. Like, why Phoebus right now? Like, they were making it like, hey, everyone, let's go fishing. It's like, what's the fishing connection? Like,
I don't know.
It seems it's a little fishy.
Well, like when they released the 2019 background and it had like the pigs in it, you know, it had Spoink and.
Have you noticed an increased amount of Spoinks?
Yes, and I've definitely noticed a shift completely in biome recently by me.
And in the high school by me, where the EX raid location is, guess what?
What?
It's a fucking Shuckle nest.
No.
During community day, I literally went around like 4 times because I was like, I swear to God, if there's another Shuckle there, and I was like, there's a Shuckle, and there's
That's
a Shuckle.
Awesome.
And,
Whoa, you reported.
I thought about
You better
the
report it.
narwhals. Papa Nar.
But look, it's a good delivery method for content, and you know, hopefully one day they'll do it on a Sunday so I can actually take part in it.
Oh no. This seems like a solid Saturday event.
But they're all going to be level 15, and that 117 CP is the one you're going to look for. That'll be the 100%. And again, if they're going to be sharing the shiny status, are they going to be sharing IV status as well? So if you get a 100% encounter here, it's going to be a 100% encounter for someone else?
No, those will still be random. It's just that one will be shiny, right? Because the Squirtle wasn't.
The Squirtles weren't IVs. No. It wasn't. It was, you could get they were all shiny, but they were different. The IVs were rolled. Cool idea. Something new that they're doing.
Cool idea. Let's heat it up with this best Ultra League fire types. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Okay, I want to dig into fire types. Now, fire types have always been the kind of like bastard child of Pokemon, you know, meta as far as attacking goes, because there wasn't good moves. And really, when it comes to PvP, the moves are paramount. That's going to be the most important thing, because the moves are going to dictate the flow of battle, and then the base stats of the Pokemon actually play less of a role in PvP than they do in the gym and raid meta. So IVs don't really matter, you know, as much as, you know, you almost want shitty IV Pokemon in PvP in certain scenarios, because you can level them up to a higher level with keeping their CP below the cap of whatever league you're going to be battling in. So there's a lot of ways people are getting very creative here, but when it comes to fire attackers, there's not many in the game, and there's not a big move pool. But luckily, we don't need a big move pool, because this is all you really need to know. So, in all of Fire, there's only 3 fast moves: Fire Spin, Ember, and Fire Fang. Now, we're not talking about DPS anymore. Remember, we were talking about DPT, damage per turn, and EPT, energy per turn. So, Fire Spin, out of the 3 fast moves, has the highest EPT, the highest energy per turn. So it's generating the most energy over the life of its turn. That's what's going to be charging your charge move. So the quicker you could get that charge move filled up, the quicker you're going to be able to fire it off, the quicker you're going to be able to make people commit to spending their shields, and that's going to lead to victory. So that's what I've learned in my experience with PvP, is it's really about shield management, and once you get those shields down, you're fucked. So getting that energy built up quick enough to fire off some charge moves is going to be a great strategy. So you definitely want your Pokemon to have Fire Spin. We talked about Community Day charge moves. These are at the top of the PvP rankings for fire charge moves. So a Fire Spin Blast Burn Pokemon is going to be the way to go when it comes to fire. Number 1 Pokemon, Charizard. And I love this because Charizard in general has been just kind of shunned.
Never gets enough play.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's my boy, bro. I love bringing the OG boys.
That's exactly my point here. Like, it's finally Charizard is actually getting its due and has some relevancy. Now, we're going to be talking about the Ultra League, because these Pokemon that are in this range of around 2,500 CP, they can go higher than 2,500. So you can build them up to 2,500, and they're not going to be at their full potential. But just like in gym battles and raid battles, there's breakpoints there's certain places that you want your Pokemon to be in, from an IV perspective, that'll allow you to maximize how far you can level them up without them reaching over 2,500 CP. Now, I want to give a huge shout out here to PokeBattler, which is a fantastic site. It's exceptionally deep. They have some great simulation software of being able to run these battle simulations to figure out the best Pokemon for certain scenarios. And they did an analysis on fire Pokemon, and Charizard was the clear winner in the majority of simulations. So a Charizard with Fire Spin, Blast Burn, and Dragon Claw, right? So you got to remember, you want to take into account that you can get that second charge move. So because it's a Fire Flying type, you're going to have super effective coverage over Grass, Bug, Ice, Steel, and Dragon Pokemon. So not only is Charizard going to be a great attacker, but you're also going to get really decent coverage over it. Now, I want to talk about the next best fire attacker is Typhlosion, another Pokemon who's kind of, not a lot of glitz and glamour as a starter evolution and has never really had its due. Now that can get Fire Spin and Blast Burn, again, the moves themselves have much more weight than even the Pokemon in general do when you're talking about PvP. You can get the craziest moveset on a Typhlosion, and I actually spec'd one out just like this. So you can get a Shadow Claw, Blast Burn, Solar Beam Typhlosion. So get this shit. With that triple moveset, three different type of moveset, you're going to have super effective coverage over Ghost, Psychic, Grass, Bug, Ice, Steel, Ground, Rock, and Water. Jesus. All from one Pokemon.
Wow.
It's absolute. That's what I'm talking about. So this is kind of like how Ho-Oh can get Solar Beam, and it's like, how is this fire flying Pokemon with a grass move? This is the same way with Typhlosion. So you can really, scare people off or take them back if you're going up against a water Pokemon and you pull out Solar Beam from your fire type. It's fucking awesome. Great strategy. So I think it's cool that you're going to have to bring fire types into the PvP meta because move coverage is paramount. And I love that Typhlosion is getting this exceptionally diverse place in the meta, and Charizard is sitting at the top of the attack meta. I think it's totally awesome. I know. It's so cool. I love that Charizard is finally getting some due. It's really, really, really cool. All right, next topic, the Gen 4 rollout. Now, I want to get you guys' opinions of how you feel about this, because there's been a lot of talk online that people are upset, go figure, that they're upset about how Gen 4 has come out, not because it's taken long, but they seem to feel that the spawns were
weak.
The spawns were weakened by the events. So like Gen 4 was out, but then there was a holiday event. We were getting all this Gen 1 holiday stuff, and then Delibirds. So that took away from
what?
That took away from the Gen 4 spawns.
I still don't have all the new gen.
I still don't have a Finneon. I've seen them on the nearby, but I haven't been able to go get any. They've put a lot of Pokemon behind eggs, and the rarity levels of these Pokemon is insane. From what I understand, this has been changed after Community Day. More data needs to come. But before Community Day, to hatch a Mantike or a Chingling, it was a 1 in 500 chance, which is freaking bananas. And you can't get these in the wild.
Or a Mantike still.
I have the Chinling, so if that's the case, I had full odds 1 in 500 on that. That's crazy. But like, if you're not hatching eggs, there's no other way to get these Pokemon. So people were bummed that they're forced to spend money on incubators because it's the only way to get these Pokemon. And it's like, they've done this before in different generations where they put the babies out and that was the only way to get them. But it just seems that there's not a lot going on with the rollout of Gen 4. Like, it doesn't seem like we're in that generational cycle, but we still are. We're still in the beginning of it, but it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. Maybe because there's so many evolutions and not a lot of new breeds. I don't know. But how do you guys feel about it? Like, do you think that, would you rather it have been a dump of Pokemon, or do you like the way it's kind of trickles out?
I hate trickling.
Yeah.
I think if it would have been a dump, it would have like smelt bad, but I mean, it would have been over and done. People would have, grinded to get, whatever Pokemon they had, and they would have dumped all the rare candies into it, and boom, then they would have the evolutions. I still don't have a Ryulu.
Yep.
I still don't have a Chingling. I still don't have a Mantike. I still don't have a lot of the evolutions because I refuse to evolve them unless they're 100%.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen, I said it the other week, and the next day I hatched 100% Elekid, so I'm going to stick with that, and hopefully I hatch 100% something.
Yeah, well, hold on. Hard stop. Talk about the 100% thing. Did we talk about this?
No, not yet. So if you guys follow our Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you would see that this morning I was blessed with a baby girl. And she's 100% the best, and her name is Nidoran, female. And she is shiny. I literally pulled the game out of my pocket, hatch. Like right before I got to the register, and I get ready to like set it down, and I see that there's a 2K egg, and I'm like, I touch it, and let it hatch, and I see that it's shiny, and I quickly jump to screenshot it so I can prove that I hatched it, even though it's in my journal, and then I screenshot it again because I have like PokéGenie or IV calculator or whatever it is to put it in there and import it, but I put it in, like, because I hatched a Zubat right after as well. And so I just wanted to, like, check the IVs without actually checking them.
Right.
So I did that. And it immediately said 100%. And I was like, no, this can't be happening. And then, like, I went into the stats, and it's like, battle of the best of them, HP, attack, defense, battle of the best of them. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's amazing.
So I get the Feraligatr yesterday, and I get the shiny Nidoran. I was like, what are the odds? 100% shiny?
That's legit, man.
All right, just keep rubbing it in. Keep rubbing it in, Adam.
Anyway, okay, get back to your thoughts on the Gen 4 rollout.
Oh, it's fantastic. I like it. It's awesome.
Oh,
I want some more. No, and it's nice because they've put all the evolutions behind the Sinnoh Stone, so it gives you that drive to do battles to get the Sinnoh Stones.
Yeah, but when you're doing battles and you're not getting fucking
every
Sinnoh
7
stones?
days to get Sinnoh Stones. But regardless, like, I have 7, yes, but, like, I've held on to those. I haven't just dumped them to get the deck.
I haven't got a Sinnoh Stone in, like, a week.
I cannot get a Sinnoh Stone for my fucking life.
Well, Melissa, have you battled today?
I did.
She did.
All 3?
I did.
Okay. I haven't battled today, so I could still get a Sinnoh Stone.
All right, well, we're going to battle after the show. We're going to battle because I need to do my battles today, and I'm getting tired of it. I mean, I have all the evolutions, so I can't complain there. But Melissa, you're in the party of you'd rather have a dump of all the Pokemon.
Yeah, man. Like just faster than the way that they're doing it now. Like fucking, they should have gave us some and then waited and then gave us some more. Like,
well, they gave us Gropty and
it's
Toxicroak,
too hard. I don't see
Krogunk
him enough.
and
It's not enough.
No, I get that, but like I said, like I hunted, like seeing that silhouette is still like it's an adrenaline rush because like everybody else in those cars, we were like, where the fuck is it? I want that.
I get excited too, but
so yeah, but you have to have that excitement. And it's like the Phoebus thing. That's exciting, because you have to get that.
I mentioned it a little while ago. I've noticed a shift in biome by me, and I'm seeing more grass type Pokemon. I saw 2 Snorlax, one on the nearby, one on the sightings in the same day. I couldn't catch either because I was driving with one and I was working at the other. But they were there, and like that never fucking happens ever. And I saw 2 in one day, and I'm seeing like Scyther all over the place, like in places that they would never spawn before on the highway and stuff like. So I'm definitely seeing some weirdness going on. And then my local mall, there's Krogunk and Skorupi everywhere, like absolutely everywhere. Outside of the mall, I don't see them at all, like none. It's kind of weird. The pools right now, I don't know. I think if they're gonna roll them out, they got to do more than 2 or 3, and if they do more than 2 or 3, they have to be. I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know. I'm bummed out by the eggs. But I fear that if they give us all the Pokemon at once, it's going to be the same thing. Everyone's going to blow their fucking load in like the first weekend and catch everything and evolve everything.
Oh, okay, dump a bunch of rare candies. Like, don't walk your Pokemon. Like, it just makes me mad because some people pay and raid a shit ton, so they have hundreds and hundreds of rare candies. So the second that they launch something, it's like boom.
Well, that's
powered
like
up, boom.
Yeah,
gone.
like with Melmetal. people that had like tons and tons of rare candy were able to just get one Melmetal, and then they didn't have to wait weeks by, getting the box through the switch. They were just able to, evolve it on the spot. So, hey man, that's all part of the strategy of how you play the game, I guess. If you hoard the rare candy, but I've raided so little in my Pokemon Go career. It's like rare candy is definitely a hot commodity.
I've got tons of rare candy, but only because I don't ever use it.
Yeah, my other day off, I remember in the morning I went out for a little extra while. I had my dentist appointment and I spent like an hour doing raids, and
nice.
It was fantastic. I did a bunch of 1s and 2s and 3s and all the EX locations, and it rewarded me with an EX pass. So I feel like that hour was well coordinated and I made it worth it.
All right, but I do want to, speaking of rare candy, we'll cover a couple bits of miscellaneous news here.
But I have 49. I just
49 rare candy?
Yeah.
See, I've started to hoard my rare candy because of PvP, where before I was using it to like build up my Mewtwo's over time. It was like now I'm holding on to it in case I want to unlock moves.
Yep.
Or, it's that. So it's like my thought process has definitely shifted on it. But you can now get rare candy as a reward from PvP. One single rare candy. So how you could get like 500 Stardust, or 500 Stardust on the Sinnoh Stone. Now you can get one rare candy in place of one of those 500 Stardust payouts. So I haven't seen that yet. I'm typically 500 Stardust, and that's it. It's like, really? I'm like always waiting for that second thing to pop up, and it's like, nope. Fucking 500 Stardust. We are in week 2 of the Adventure Sync Hatchathon. This was we called it the event that no one wanted last week. Like, it was...
Well, during Community Day, it made it worth it. Because you got
the overlap
extra candies and dust, and so when you dropped that star piece, you were like, hey.
Yeah, you're making it happen, but...
Making it rain the Stardust.
I'm over it. I'm out of incubators, so I'm down to just my infinite incubator right now, so I'm just in chill mode with eggs, and I'll probably be like that for a long time, because incubators are fucking expensive, and it's just too much of a consumable. The return on investment is just too low for me to constantly do that. Oh man, did you see Terry Wolf's incubator picture he posted in the Discord?
Yeah, didn't he have like 6,000 or something?
What?
No. He had at least
180 or something.
Yeah, hundreds.
What? Are you kidding? That's
he just
crazy.
posted, he writes, I have to hatch more eggs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, hopefully that was his main focus during Community Day, was hatching those eggs.
Yeah, but
still,
you only got 3 hours.
Finally,
How far could you walk in 3 hours?
Well, you better hopped and jogged a little bit.
I fucking finally hatched Munchlax.
Yeah.
Did you really?
I did. I hatched 2 of them.
Yes.
And you didn't screenshot it and post it?
I did not, because
Shame
I
on
was
you.
waiting, because I have a problem.
What's this problem?
I have a problem with my Munchlax.
It's not 100%?
Well, I haven't even... It's not, but I don't even care about that as much
It's
as
not
this
shiny?
other thing.
It's the lowest it could possibly be?
Okay.
Tell me. I want to know.
Its animation is a bunch of fucking bullshit. Bro,
Yeah.
he literally doesn't do anything. Anything. His fur doesn't move. His arms don't move. He literally just opens his fucking mouth. It is the weakest shit I have ever seen in my life.
He opens his mouth like an inch. Like, not even...
Snorlax, his animation is fucking perfect, because he's got his
belly.
little belly rub as he's standing there. When he does his bounce, you can tell he's all big and fat and happy. Munchlax is just got this weak ass, like, seriously, weak
He's like
ass
yawning.
baby yawn.
But
nothing
like
on his
barely
body
moves.
moves. Nothing on his body moves. Like,
She was
his
so
little
mad.
flats
She
at
goes-
the bottom.
She was so
Nothing.
mad. She like threw her phone down on the table. It was so funny.
Honestly, it's so disappointing that I don't even know what to say. I'm very upset about this.
Well,
It
Melissa,
bothers
just
me.
post online, get on the Twitters, and just post and just say, hey, listen, Niantic, can you give me a little bit more? Munchlax feels weak.
Like,
And you're not the only one that feels that way, or maybe you are, but
no,
people
you know
can
why? And
retweet
this
it.
is the other reason. This is the other reason why it's upsetting. Because his animation does not match his personality in any way, shape, or form. Munchlax is
they can't give him a pizza. They can't give him a pizza to eat.
They could have gave him a little tiny bounce, a wiggle, something. Because he's an animated dude. Fucking Nicki
Yeah, but look
Minaj
at
just got more
Snorlax.
animation
Snorlax
going.
puts his hand up and does the same animation.
It's bullshit.
No,
He
barely
because while
moves.
Snorlax is
Munchlax
standing
barely
there,
moves.
while Snorlax is standing there,
Okay, and
he's
Snorlax
got a
belly does
scratch.
he's got a jig. Well,
No.
no, that's like,
And he's got his belly scratch.
yeah, but where? I don't see it.
You
But
just
his
gotta let him
belly,
chill
his
for a
belly
second.
moves when you touch it.
No.
If you look at his
and
belly,
if
it goes.
you let him
"Barn."
just stand there for a second, he'll do a nonchalant belly scratch.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
his
If
own
he's your
little-
buddy, like if you have him on your buddy screen and just let him stand there, yeah, he'll give a little scratch.
He'll just do a little scratch. A little belly scratch. He's the
But
pro.
it was really funny because she was so pissed. She's like, oh my God. She's like, and we had just recorded, right, last week. And then you hatched it and you were talking about it. And she's like, I'm going to wait until next week. Because it's like, I got to bitch about this because this is so disappointing.
It's been burning me. It's been burning my soul. You have no idea, guys.
But she got 2 Munchlax. So yay, Melissa.
I got 2 of them. They're both caca, but, I got them.
They're still cute.
They are still cute. They are ridiculous cute. I do love them still. But I'm very upset with Niantic for not giving me more Veruca Salt style. I want more.
I'm sorry, guys. Right now, I'm just staring at it, like waiting for it to move, and it's not doing anything.
Yeah, see? It doesn't do
press the
shit.
button, bro. You just don't know how to play the game, Adam. You broke it.
I just don't focus on that
You
stuff.
just don't know how to play.
Hold on. Shout out to Jason, because it's from Pennsylvania, and he's the only one that sends me gifts from Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're Munchlax?
Oh, you're Munchlax?
Yeah, so Jason inquires.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, anyway, there's new clothing items available in the store, and this kind of came out of nowhere, and I really, really dig this because I was not expecting them to mention, like, the Kalos region or the Unova region or anything like that, but you have these 3 different outfits, male and female versions, head-to-toe outfits that are unlocked by different conditions in the game. So your Ace Trainer medal, your Great League medal, your Master League medal, Ultra League medal will ultimately start unlocking all these pieces of clothing. Now, we were talking about last week how we would like to see some kind of challenge or thing that would unlock clothing items. And now this happens. So this is cool. This is a step in the right direction. Now, they did this once before with like the Fisherman vest for the Magikarp quest, and that was a pain in the ass because you know that Fisherman medal is burning everybody's ass because that's like the hardest thing to get for me, and I want that vest the most. So it's like so they put they kind of put it behind a lot of difficulty here. But if you look at the Kalos veteran outfits, man, they look freaking awesome. The girl outfit looks amazing. Like, it looks so freaking cool. Some of the best looking Avatar stuff I've seen to date. But and also when you unlock it, you don't get it. You get the right to buy it. So it's like,
that's bullshit. Oh
So
my
you have
god,
to-
you money hungry fuckers. That is the
Hey guys,
that's
it's a
such
game. Remember,
bullshit,
it's
bro.
a game. You don't
What
have
the
to buy
fuck?
it. Ken
they-
already bought
No.
their Team Rocket uniform.
If
but
you
they make you
fucking
work
earn
for it.
Dude, you should
That's the
earn it.
funniest
You
part.
can't
They
fucking- They're like, it's like, what's that fucking commercial where the guy's got the dollar bill on the fishing hook and he's
It's
just
just
like, you
like,
almost
yo.
had it. You almost had it. You guys know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yo,
You
you
get-
almost had it.
You get to unlock the right to buy it. So that's a little weird, but and the shit ain't cheap. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but they
Like,
do that with the fisherman thing, right? You don't just get it.
No, exactly. You still have to buy it.
Stupid.
But yeah, so that I was never really too happy about that. But I mean, I won't buy any of this because I'm legit. I'm holding down the Team Rocket outfit. I paid however much for that shit, so I'll be
I know,
rocking that
I'm
for a
legit,
while.
and I'm holding down that Delibird outfit.
I just
Are you
took
gonna-
mine off.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm-
wear
I
it
was-
all year long, and I'm gonna walk with my shiny Delibird all year long. I don't want to put it in a gym. I don't want to do anything with it besides walk with it. So you guys know that I have one. I finally got one. And
You know what, Adam? I don't blame you. And if I had a shiny Snorlax, I would do exactly the same thing.
Oh,
100%.
Ken's trading me the shiny Delibird.
You can still have it. You can still
I
have
need
it.
one.
is.
I need
mean, I
one,
kind of
though.
want both, but
I kinda
he's-
need one.
He's not gonna do that.
But we'll have to rock, paper, scissors it, Adam.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I've
shit.
got Munchlax. Save your Munchlax. I will trade you Munchlax until we get a lucky 100% Munchlax free.
Yeah, I need to
Or
get.
me.
I
I
need
could
to
get
get back
100.
on this trading thing. I haven't been trading enough. Oh man, and it's awesome because through Discord and through some of the channels I've been with, I'm getting really long distance friends. So getting some good distance on eggs, and I need to start just trading just for distance. All right, anyway, let's dig into we actually forgot to do this last week, so let's get into a Go Ranger check-in.
What's up, everybody? It is Go Ranger Matt, and this is the Go Ranger check-in.
All right, so some of the stuff you want to keep a lookout for: the Make 5 great curveball throws in a row, the real pain in the ass field research. That's spin to number 5.
Everybody's hunting for that, and nobody can find it.
And then when they get it, it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Dude, I've had one since like the last time, like the last time, and I still can't do it. I just have it in there on principle because I'm determined. Well, I guess I could delete it now and get the new one.
Yeah, exactly. There's even a Make 3 excellent throws. That one's really hard unless you're doing it on a legendary boss where you could just Prodigy's Nace and circle lock and get it every time. But yeah, you still have 2 months. Remember, this was a 2-month window on this, so you have 46 days left to get your hands on spin to number 5. There's 46 days left on this window. Same thing with those legendaries for the birds, the dogs, Ho-Ho and Lugia.
What do you think's coming next?
The research breakthrough?
Yeah.
They gotta do Rayquaza or Groudon Kyogre. I don't know. I'd be happy with either of those.
What do you think they'd give us?
Another non-legendary?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's as cool as Snorlax?
They fucking just gotta give us Snorlax.
Just Snorlax?
Just give it to me.
It's so funny.
Give it to me.
Maybe start with... No. I was going to say maybe the regionals, and then they could be shiny.
All right, guys. So I want to get into our Boulder Cup battle party, but I do want to give a quick shout out to Mimi Ellie on our Facebook page, who had commented, and this is what they wrote. Please, please, please do not stop the battle party whoop whoop. It's the highlight of my week. Real sad on my part, I know, but they always make me laugh, especially the bad ones. Here's an idea. How about listeners record and send in their own battle party whoop whoop as you broadcast the best one each week? Maybe at the end of the year, we can all vote the best one and they get a prize. Love the show. Chris Dodrio. All right, so Chris, thanks so much, man. It's a great idea. Definitely send those in, but I guess we have to go with the battle party this week. We have to do it. So
hey, we're doing it, guys.
God damn it.
We're doing it and doing it well.
So are you guys ready?
Doing it and doing it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, ready? Follow my lead, all right?
Adam.
Ken will start us off.
Battle party.
Woo, woo, battle party.
All right, the power of editing will hold it down for us, but I want to talk about a Boulder Cup battle party. Now, the Boulder Cup is the Silph Arena's January themed cup that has a specific rule set, and it's going to be taking part in the Great League. You have to have, and it could be dual type, but as long as it has one type of rock, ground, fighting, and steel. So that's the condition for the January Silph Arena themed cup, the Boulder Cup. So the meta is funneled very, very thin when you start going from 18 different types of Pokemon to 4 different types of Pokemon. Now, thanks to the ability to have dual type Pokemon, thanks to the ability to have 2 charged moves and a diverse move pool, you can still have some exceptional diversity here and, move coverage and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to dig too deep into move coverage and the reasons why we picked these Pokemon. I just want to talk about who we would bring out in the Boulder Cup. Now, I do want to give everyone a shout out that's taking part in these Boulder Cup events across the country, across the world. There's been some great feedback on Silph.gg and in the Reddit for Silph Arena. I'm really happy that people are starting to pick up PvP and make something of it because it's a lot of fun. I mean, I saw Melissa battling today and she was freaking laughing and screaming and yelling and shit. And I was like, holy shit, look, she's fucking playing the game and having a good time. Like, it was awesome. So kudos to everyone out there that's taking part in events. It's really awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate you going to those events and battling.
Yes.
Because
it just strengthens the game.
I know we were talking about last week that I was going to hold my own Boulder Cup. My area just kind of does not want it at all. So I have to figure out a way to get everybody to want to do it. So I might
prizes
try and weasel it in. Well, that's what I wanted to do. I said, guys, we're gonna go to Papagino's, like, maybe get a pizza, because that's what I was thinking, and because people love food, and it's like nobody eats during Community Day. That's like a 3-hour window. You just focus on catching. So food, that was like my go-to, but apparently that didn't work, and so we'll try next week. I was thinking during my EX raid, so maybe get there and then do a small tournament or something after everybody's done battling.
I'm telling you, the Silph Arena tool set, you can do a pickup tournament. Like, you don't need to really plan this out ahead. You can figure it out on the fly, and it's real easy to do. I kind of go into high gear in the next week with hosting a bunch of tournaments. I'm doing 3 separate teams, 3 separate communities in Jersey in my area that I'm running full season leagues for. So right now, I already have 24 events on the books in the Silph Arena, and it's like this stuff it's starting to take off in my area, and I'm really excited about it because that's just going to promote cross community play, and when that starts happening, that's when the community aspect really is going to light up, because you're going to start seeing people that play this game religiously and are obsessed, but they're just a couple miles apart, so they never play together. All of a sudden these people are going to meet. It's good times. All right, Boulder Cup. So I like fighting Pokemon. I think that there's some fighting Pokemon in the game that, with their second moves, will allow for some decent coverage. So the way that these tournament rules work is you pick 6 Pokemon overall. Now, we know that in PvP, you use a party of 3. So you pick 6 for these events, and then through all the different rounds that you're playing and all the matches that you're playing, you can use 3 Pokemon, but they have to be from within that pool of 6. So you can still have some diversity. But my group is dominated with fighting Pokemon. So I'm bringing Medicham, Hariyama, and Machamp, 3 big dog fighters that are going to have some tankiness to them, but also really, really high damage output, especially Medicham. And then I'm going to be bringing some different stuff here and there. Whiscash. Skarmory has proven to be one of the best uses in Great League, not just the Boulder Cup, and Gliscor I'm going to bring. So I've got 3 big fighting Pokemon, and then some stuff that's going to give me some coverage over Bug and Water and stuff like that, and Steel. But, Adam, what are you going to be bringing?
I'm going to be bringing Breloom, Poliwrath, Hitmonlee, Steelix, Sandslash, and Macargo.
So you kind of went fighting, too, up on top.
Yeah.
But I
don't know. I feel like the moves will...
You've got water fighting, so you've got some coverage in there for sure. And then Steelix, Sandslash, Magcargo. Yo, Magcargo is a sleeper.
He's a sleeper. Well, he's fire, so I mean, you bring something like metal, like Meltan, like boom, done for. You bring something like that Skarmory.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to need fire to battle that Skarmory. So that's good stuff. And Melissa, what do you got?
I'm going to go ahead and bring my Hitmonchan and my Hitmontop, and I'm going to buddy him up with Machamp and Machoke, and then I got a good Flygon and a Poliwrath.
Yo, your Flygon, I don't know why, I don't understand why, but it fucks me up every time. I don't know what's up with that Flygon, but it's good. So you've got a lot of fighting in here too, and you always use Hitmonchan and Hitmontop if you have the chance. You like those.
Because they don't get to be used very often, and they're cool.
A lot of fighting. Yeah, so Rockies. Let us know if you guys are taking part in any Boulder Cups out there and what party you're going to bring. I'll definitely be discussing what I see when I host all these tournaments of what the most relevant meta Pokemon for the Boulder Cup will be. But I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of fighting Pokemon and Skarmory definitely in a ton of parties because it just has good resistance. And you're not really going to have to worry about fire too much. That's pretty much going to wrap up today's episode, guys. Do you have anything else?
No.
No.
I'm good.
Not at all. No.
About Munchlax. I'm
just kidding, guys. We love you. We wish we could
bullshit.
just keep talking forever, but that would be a really long podcast for you guys to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, we could just
honestly.
rant, but you keep us on track. So.
Lured up after hours.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't done a really brutal rant lately, Melissa.
I know.
Well, I need some fucking good material, you motherfuckers.
We got to start. We got to get her drinking earlier. So that way, by the time we're recording, she's already all tuned up.
What? My Munchlax rant wasn't enough for you tonight? I'll keep ripping into it because it still bothers me.
Yeah. Well, thank you
And on
guys
that,
so much.
have a wonderful night, guys. No, day.
On that note,
Email us info@luredup.com. Check out luredup.com for everything that we're doing. Please leave us a review
Call
on
us.
iTunes. We would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, we hope to hear from you guys, and we'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.